Kaspersky recently hosted a roundtable media briefing to discuss its latest cybersecurity report. The report highlights the increased cyber attacks on Indian businesses in 2023 and the overall cybersecurity landscape in India currently. It also reveals key sectors at high risk for these advanced attacks. DT attended this media briefing to know more about the evolving cybersecurity landscape in India. Rajeev Ranjan, editor of TechBiz TV, a video platform by DT, exclusively interacted with Mr. Jaydeep Singh, who is General Manager South Asia, Kaspersky, about the report, cybersecurity trends, Kaspersky solutions, and much more. Watch this exclusive interview.
So, sir, thank you so much for talking to Digital Terminal. Always which you give opportunity me always to talk to you. So, thank you, sir.
It's a pleasure always. Digital Terminal is a marquee publication online, and it's always a pleasure to learn from you and of course share some of the perspectives we have from Kaspersky.
Right, sir. So means you made some announcement today about the reports, which is very encouraging or maybe eye-opening for us. What you'll be saying on that?
So Kaspersky operates the Kaspersky Security Network, and it's in you can call it a portal where we collect anonymized data from a lot of users globally, and then we create reports out of the KSN network in collaboration with the global research team. We look at research on what is the trajectory of the cyber threats which are happening in the country, in the region, in the wider APAC region, globally, and publish that information to our partners, to the ecosystem. And this is in context to what we have seen in the last 1 year. So what we're seeing is that the number of attacks is increasing significantly year on year. The direction and velocity also is increasing significantly. We've been seeing traditional attacks on the IT systems. Now we are seeing a lot of attacks happening with the OT environments, and we'll share some perspective on that in the meeting today.
Okay, so Kaspersky is already doing a great job, and not in terms of enterprise, you're working closely with the government side also. So how do you see the brand is positioning this year in 2024? What are targets for you on how you're going forward?
So Kaspersky is investing big time in India. So this year we have increased our overall team in India by at least around 80% year on year. And the investments have been not only with respect to business, but also training, with respect to sales, with respect to channel. We started the first internship program in the country. In fact, I was talking to the interns on our first, and we're encouraging people from various spectrums, students from various spectrums to come and be a part of the internship program. From an engagement perspective, we want to be the choice, preferred choice for enterprises, mid-market, large enterprises for their cybersecurity requirements. Also enable a lot of the student community, a lot of academia on some of the basics of cybersecurity. And we feel that I think there is great potential, and then it resounds with the overall commitment from Kaspersky to grow this business here in the country.
That's great. Means we keep on seeing such an engagement. Like we talked about the educating students. IT is one area. We keep on announcing some collaboration with them. So what was that, and how has been the things moved so far?
It went well. So we started with IT Bombay, and we had a very strong MOU with IT Delhi. The intention is to provide a lot of information, that is one, to the academia. Number two, to go and meet the students, to give them information on what's happening in the cybersecurity landscape. Also mix a bit of business to that when they come out after graduating. What kind of fields they can choose for, either a core technology field, or they could go into marketing, or they could go into things like technical support. So give them the perspective on what kind of markets could be open to them from an employability perspective also.
That's great. Means apart from this, we have seen generative AI is impacting not the entire sector, we can say, and cybersecurity is one of the concern when Gen AI is being adopted in any companies. So how do you see the Kaspersky is there to make them aware about threats they are bringing with the deployment of AI?
So I think generative AI is a tool which can be used both ways. It can be used in a malicious way. It can be used in a very constructive way. I think it's in cat and mouse, game which happens in the ecosystem. Till the time corporates or individuals are having the best of protocols in place, till their software patches are updated, till their employees are trained, I think they will be well covered with respect to most of the threats. And in case somebody does get impacted, despite having the best of processes or the best of technology, we also suggesting to corporates to have something like an incident response protocol in place or incident response service in place. And we've been contracted by some of the companies in India now for these services like incident response. In case they get worst case scenario, they get impacted.
Right. So, sir, you are associated with multiple of enterprises and companies who are your customers. So, how you are working with them? Because I'm sure if certain companies are in retail or the manufacturing, they are adopting AI. So, how you are consulting with the existing system, your solutions which are being protected? How you are consulting with them that you should take care of these things?
So when I mentioned briefly about the Kaspersky security network,
right?
Now KSN gets anonymized data from a lot of sources in the world.
Right.
Now a lot of our customers, whether it's in the retail space or the manufacturing space or the B-Visa space, they can voluntarily participate in the KSN network in providing some of the anonymized data, which enriches the KSN network itself. Or they can subscribe to services from KSN. So it's a mutual collaboration option which is open to customers or even to people who are not our customers but want to provide information to us.
Correct. That's great. Means there are certain products which are in very demand in the customer segment from Kaspersky. So what are those 2-3 products which are really doing well and enterprise should adopt that?
Absolutely. So I think the first thing is OT security. I think we're seeing a lot of interest in OT security right now, whether it's in networks or nodes. And Kaspersky is amongst a few OEMs in the world which provide solutions for both protecting the network and the nodes. We have our own private cert for ICS, Industrial Cybersecurity feeds.
Right.
We also have customers for OT security in the country now. We have customers for ICS TI feeds in the country now. So this one area where we're seeing a lot of traction. The second area where we're seeing a lot of traction is, as I mentioned, around services for compromise assessment, for services like incident response protocols. And then they might not be our Kaspersky, they might not be using Kaspersky products, but they would like to leverage Kaspersky services as a safeguard to what could be not visible to them in their current environments. The third area we are seeing a lot of traction is around our XDR platform, which we've semi-launched. We're seeing a great traction around that, which also has the underlying the SIEM solution from Kaspersky. So these are 3 areas we're seeing a lot of traction in the market right now.
So it's not about the customers who are already using your solutions. Your non-customers can also avail the services what you're talking.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Sir, channel partners have played a great role in your success. How do you see going forward, 2024? You are strengthening your channel, network and adding more partners where there is a requirement in any region.
So great point. So we are committed to being a 100% channel-driven organization. All our business is through channel. So this year we have done 3-4 things which are very important. One is that we have a managed partner program in the country where we provide a direct touch point with our partners with respect to training, enablement processes. We also incentivize them for certifications on some of the product lines and the services. That's given us a very good traction with these partners. Second is to leverage some of our distributors, enterprise distributors, and reaching out to tier 2, tier 3 markets. We already have participated with them in some of the programs. That's Chennai, as well as Delhi NCR for a product called the IoT Secure Gateway, which is based on the Kaspersky operating system platform, which is an immutable OS platform. So we are investing a big time into enablement and training, including hands-on training for our partners.
That's great. Means we usually we get such kind of news that you're engaged every month. We get some kind of information from your side. That's a great part of being a cybersecurity company. Every day there is an update, and you're working on that. Sir, I'll just leave you because you have other engagement to follow. So your message, because there are a lot of partners who trust you and who are associated with you. So what will be your message that keep trusting us and we'll build together?
Absolutely.
Great business?
I think even partners, we are 100% channel organization, as I mentioned, and then partners who are integrating or are deploying specific point products from competition can look at services from Kaspersky, which sort of things like the threat intelligence feeds, the compromise assessment solutions, the incident response solutions, which would come and fill the gap in their portfolio. Look forward to engaging with the partners who are heavily invested in Kaspersky. I think we are gradually moving to a platform story. I think covering all the elements of products and services for those partners in the cybersecurity arena when they go and deliver to the end customers per se. So be with us, and I think we will have a great traction going forward in the next 12 to 24 months with them.
That's great. So today we are sitting on the 3rd April. April month has started. New financial year. What will be your message to grow in new financial year to your partners?
I think first is to learn the product pretty well. Number 2 is to have more traction, close traction with the Kaspersky team, and then look out for some of the programs we are launching for the specialized solutions for the IoT Secure Gateway, for the SIEM Kuma platform, and the XDR solutions per se.
That's great. Means you share a lot of information with our audience. It's a great and always pleasure talking to you, sir.
Thank you. Pleasure always.